was perfect.
गेंदबाजी करने के लिए अगली गेंद लेके चल रहे हैं। दो बैट्समैन से सामना करने के लिए बल्लेबाजी क्रीज के पर मौजूद नजर आते हैं।
Williamson actually looks to have immediate timing. Out there this evening, he's only faced 5 balls, but he's just looking to punch the ball, propel the ball into the gaps. And compared to Conway, Williamson in the very early stages this evening is finding the middle of the bat. Probably put the mockers on him, haven't I? There he goes, shoveled away on the onside. Ah, shovel's unfair. That's a very good pull shot from the New Zealand captain.
Well, he stayed nice and low, and he made sure that he get a bat and ball. He didn't try to hit it too hard. The timing was perfect. Looking to come forward and saw the ball short, and he knew that acres of land available there. He can hit it anywhere he wants.
Five gone, New Zealand 35 for 1.
A little bit of extra back. And in many ways, Katie, I sort of feel like they're New Zealand's bogey side. The last 9 games T20s played between the two sides, Pakistan have won 7 of the 9. They've won the last 2 matches between them. The last match was at the T20 World Cup earlier, or late last year. So they're the sort of team that New Zealand have a little bit of trouble with, especially at World Cups.
Yeah, they have a bit of extra pace compared to teams that they face more regularly than not.
Short, down to third for 1. Conway was actually trying to let the ball go through, just got an inside edge.
It's also the spinners as well. You saw yesterday they controlled the innings really well. What happened there? He ends up, he was effectively facing down the wicket, and he's flat batted it and gone to third.
It's quite a big bounce, wasn't it? Conway's trying to get his bat out the way, but managed to get a single. Fingers down the seam this delivery, mixing things up. Previous delivery was across the seam.
They just look like they're hurrying the batters. A bit slow on it. Timing of those short pitch deliveries haven't quite been there, and Conway's played them well. He's got his hands on top of the bounce. Finn Allen looked like he was probably trying to hit that for 6, which is pretty normal for Finn Allen. They've bowled a good length. They've just brought it back a little bit, getting that extra steep bounce here that we know at Hagley Oval, and they would have known watching Finn Allen that they definitely wouldn't have wanted to pitch it up in his half. Plenty have gone back over the bowler's head.
Oh, direct hit would have been close. Well, there's going to be overthrows. In fact, there's going to be 4. Races away. Risky single, but it produces 5. Six overs bowled, 42 for 1.
Hagley Oval and overthrows. We talked about this yesterday. Was there 7 in one of the test matches here last year as well?
It's the ground, isn't it, where there's a lot of overthrows. Backing up is so important.
Is that in to talk about the man cat, or are we, or the new run out, or are we leaving that for today?
Let's have a look at these overthrows. Last thing Pakistan needed. Some real risk. There's some hesitation. Kane Williamson's halfway down the pitch. It was a poor run, but in the end he picked up 4 bonus runs. Some poor backing up. Never impresses the bowler when that happens. Bonus runs for New Zealand. Chalayen Khan, a leg spinner. Very good T20 bowler. Good average, good economy rate. We did see some turn yesterday in the match against Bangladesh. A little bit cooler tonight, and you can see just trying to warm the fingers up early in the spell.
Here's us talking about snow yesterday, and it was actually probably a lot warmer yesterday than it is today. He was impressive yesterday. It's a good match-up between these two batters.
Oh, nicely played. Good adjustment by Williamson to try and get it on the onside and just get that single. But Conway and Williamson are the two probably best players in this New Zealand side of spin. So this will be a good wee battle. Going to have to warm those fingers up, try and get some revs on the ball, see if he can find some turn in the surface.
Conway's got the reverse sweep as well, so we know it's hard to sweep here because of the bounce.
There's the sweep there, it's in the air, but bounced before the fielder. Hard sweep, wasn't far away from the fielder.
But you can get some good success as well if you're able to use that extra bounce. You can get your hands up to lift it over those fielders, then it's safe enough.
Just got to be wary of that extra bounce on this Hagley Oval surface when sweeping square. It's nice here from Chalayen Khan. Dots are like gold. Still got cold hands. I wonder if he's got those hand warmers in the pockets. He's made a good start. Got to finish this over off. 2 should be the call here as he weighted the ball nicely. He has. Mohammad Rizwan went after the keeper. He couldn't get there. That was superbly played by the New Zealand captain. 7 overs bowled, 46 for 1.
Rizwan's had a bit of a day of it yesterday and again today. Walkout talked about players felt they were a little bit stiff, so he's leading by example. Didn't have sore knees after keeping yesterday either, Max, so he's going all right. True professional.
He batted a few overs last night, didn't he? Mohammad Rizwan was man of the match, played beautifully. He's going to have an important job again to do. Behind the stumps, as you know, Katie Martin, so important. Control the fielders. Control that enthusiasm in the field. Good crowd in here at Hagley Oval.
Well, good thing from a Pakistan's perspective, they've really restricted the boundaries as Dakhe comes in. Too much experience with the ball in hand.
Interesting, just the 3 wickets and averaging over 60 with the ball. So this might be just a little bit of a flutter by Babar Azam, thinking, might just try and over here and see if we can pick up a wicket from the off spinner. Oh, that's nicely bowled. Change of pace, just drifting across the right-hander. Changes of pace, going to be so important.
I thought it was my eyesight when I saw that average, but definitely is a flutter.
He's sort of player that when you see a bowler come on like this, it's only a part-timer. From a batting point of view, you look to target, you look to go after, you want a big over, put that bowler under pressure, but he started pretty well. Just 2 singles in the first 3 deliveries. I wonder if Conway will take a risk here.
Yeah, good bowling.
It's quite good timing though. He's coming in the 8th over, so it's still early on in terms of the innings, but the strike rate of both of these players only around 100, just over 100. Typically a period in T20 cricket where the bowling team can really peg back that strike rate, and it can make quite a big difference.
Yeah, they're looking for a cheap over or two, aren't they, Katie? And at the moment, they've got it. Just 3 singles so far. It's an outside edge. Doesn't carry. Good effort. Shadab Khan was diving forward. Wasn't far away.
That's what they were looking for. Just a false shot from the New Zealand skipper. Gone hard at the ball. Just not quite made it. Saw yesterday a couple landing before, but if you hadn't seen that bowler before, you take a couple of balls and then you saw he wanted to go at the end.
Oh, the reverse is out. He's played it really well. There is a man back there who does well. Should get 3 here. Oh, Conway sends back. Williamson gets back. They get 2. Good over from the right arm off spinner. 51 for 1.
I might just double check the boundary here, but it looked good. Had some good ground. That's easy. Let's hope there's not a Devon Conway replacing Ross Taylor in the running with Kane Williamson here.
That was probably a good call in the end to send back New Zealand captain. He wanted 3. It's a good over though from Iftikhar. Just 5 from the over. Mohammad Nawaz about to come into the attack. Left arm spinner. Bowled beautifully yesterday. 2 for 25. It's hard to get away yesterday. Did a good job. Picked up 2 wickets and 2 deliveries. It's a pretty good record, Katie. Average of 25. The economy rate, anything around 7 is very, very good in this format of the game.
It was the changes of pace for me. He was able to pull the ball back and cause some mistakes from the other batters from Bangladesh. He was crucial at pegging back the run rate. New Zealand would have seen that game yesterday, worked out their plans.
It's pulled away. Usually when you have a left-hander in facing a left-arm spinner, the left-hander goes after. It's his chance to attack. Easier with the ball turning in than turning away. New Zealand need to get going here, get their skates on. They're only going at 6.37. Need a total of 175 plus. Just making sure the sprigs are clean and tidied. The wire brush so that bowlers get full grip on this surface. Looking for 2 again. Weighted the ball nicely. That's a clever skill. One that New Zealand know the skills that they need here at Hagley Oval. It's not about hitting the ball necessarily hard. It's just about finding gaps and weighting the ball into those gaps.
You typically talk about when you've got a left-hand and right-hand batter, they do complement each other really well against the bowler and they're able to negate it. One thing about Kane Williamson, he's very good over extra cover, very good through the offside, so he won't mind the ball going away.
Oh, there's still plenty of dots. Pakistan bowlers are doing a good job here.
Yeah, they haven't scored a boundary, I think, for 3 overs, Macca, and that's not including the overthrows.
1-1.
Yeah, It's pressure. That's pressure that's building on the New Zealand batters. 23 balls now. 16 minutes. It's quite a long time not to have a boundary. So it's been ones and twos. Pakistan controlling this New Zealand batting lineup right at the moment. One of these two has to be a little bit more aggressive and go after it. Oh, there we go. What a shot that is from Conway. Straight down the ground for 6. It's taken a while for a boundary, but it was worth the wait.
Well, you could feel his feet itching. He was wanting to get one away. And boy, he got one away. He's used his feet beautifully. A bit more pace on it. Nice and still on the shot. And he has lifted that a long way over the boundary. Will that release a bit of the tension for Devon Conway?
Just a little bit. Much needed. Flatter, nicely played. Has he found the gap? No, just the one. Better over for New Zealand, 11 from it, 62 for 1. KFC 6 and out. Go to the app, play the game, win some free food. It was in the right area. Gives you the view of the opportunity to win with KFC. Great shot down the ground. Good use of the feet.
You would have struggled to work out which one you wanted off that KFC app, would you, Macca? You were in that team, weren't you, when back in the day in Australia you'd have KFC turn up?
Long time ago, Katie. Let's have a look at New Zealand Manhattan. Just 2 overs, 10 plus. So Pakistan have done an excellent job with the ball, just keeping the reins tight. New Zealand needs some big overs.
Catch
that's a lovely shot. Oh, has he found the fielder? He has. It's gone for 6. Harris Ralph was not sure where he was. I think we'll go upstairs, but this is 6. And Conway's got a little bit lucky. Mistake by the fielder. Took the catch, but it's gone for 6.
It was a great effort. Sounded like 6 off the bat. I think they might check this one. Yeah, it's just the momentum back. He's got both feet across the line.
It was a late reaction, wasn't it? Took the catch. I think he thought he had another metre. I've taken the catch. Where's the boundary? Oh, no. I'm over the boundary. I'll throw the ball up while I get away with it. Alex Wolf says no. And it is 6. Good start to the over. 50 partnership up between these two. Things going along nicely the last couple of overs. Finds the gap. There'll be another couple. Good placement by Conway.
Point of the game now where they need to get one boundary and over at least. You build the overs up if you're getting one boundary. With a little bit of assistance from the fielder, you'd take that as a batter. That's when you're going to get over 80, 90.
Your awareness as a fielder, boundary fielder, is so important. Knowing exactly where the boundary is. And that was a mistake.
Just wonder the drink bottles beside him. He might have got a little distracted, but pretty big Tolbarones to jump over.
Well, if you can't finish the catch, you've got to stop it going for 6. You've got to bat it back infield. That was a mistake because the fielder should be right on the boundary so that he knows he can't go any further back. If you can't take the catch, you whack it back infield. On the sweep, it's the wrong in. All of a sudden, Mohammad Rizwan's on the ground again. He can't stand up. He's having a laugh because he said he had some new sprigs in his shoes yesterday and he had trouble standing up, and again he's just trying to clear any of the grass out of the sprigs so that he's not slipping and sliding all over the place. You see the feet. Oh, why didn't he throw it? Had to let it go. Williamson was gone. He had to put in the dive, but if can't let this go, I think the New Zealand skipper was a long way out.
he pretty much let it go, didn't he? He managed to get his gloves back, but I don't think he would have been back. Maybe a little concerned about the overthrows. Oh, he was gone by a couple of metres.
Miles gone, he dropped the bat as well. It was ugly all round. It's the wrong in it, pitched outside the leg. And it's the end of the 10th. Halfway stage, New Zealand 70 for 1. Time for a drinks break.
I can't. Yes, here with a man who would very dearly like to be in the middle here, Daryl Mitchell. The fractured finger, such cruel timing. The big question, how is the recovery prognosis? Are you going to be on that plane to Australia at the end of next week?
Yeah, obviously not ideal timing, but yeah, we've got some good news around where the fracture is in the hand and the time frame to try and be ready for that first game in Australia in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, we'll do everything we can to try and be ready, and fingers crossed that it'll be good to go.
Would you like to name and shame who the culprit is here?
No, it's obviously part of training and part of the game that we play that, yeah, you get the odd one on their hand in a game of cricket, and it's just a shame that it missed a bit of padding and broke the bone. But
does, of course, mean you've been relegated to the sidelines for the rest of this series. Pretty chilly night out there tonight. How's everyone keeping warm in there?
Yeah, no, it's nice up here in the pavilion here at Hagley Oval, but it's also awesome to see a good crowd here at Hagley. Obviously, with the weather a bit chilly, I thought you might not have see as many people, but it's awesome to see the banks full.
Good luck with the recovery. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
So, thanks for having me.
Players just completing drinks. Cup of tea would have been nice, actually, to tell you the truth, Shane. Yeah, super hot one. The pictures obviously on TV look outstanding, but it doesn't indicate the temperature out there, and particularly when the breeze picks up from the east. It's definitely unpleasant. I remember playing a game against England, and remember Jack Russell was a wicketkeeper, and the drinks came out with for him a cup of tea and a plate of Weet-Bix. Back in those days was pies and beers as well. Times have changed. 70 for 1. New Zealand. The tempo probably needs to change for New Zealand a little bit here. They're going to the second half of the innings with 9 wickets in hand. A lot of hitting power. Conway and Williamson, who've got themselves established. Williamson 21 deliveries he's faced. Conway 31. And he's 31 from 31. Williamson 23 from 21. Got to get on with it. Bowling's been good. And it is not an easy bowling attack to up your tempo in the second half of the innings. They've got pretty much everything covered. They've got good spinners and they've got quick bowlers who find the block hole as well, the Yorker length. So hard to get away. Possibly a better bowling outfit the second half of an innings than they are the first. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Pakistan, as you said, Rick, at the back end of the innings, because they are so effective with reverse swing, very difficult to score bigger overs off. But I mean, it's colder here. There's more grass on the wicket. There's a lush block. So I'd expect you wouldn't see as much reverse swing in the first innings as well. And his plan is to come down the wicket. Conway, quick on his feet, quick hands as well. Let's just get that impetus into his stroke play by getting his feet going at the bowler. There's not a lot of spin on this wicket, but what Pakistan have done well to Conway is block the reverse sweep. Conway can trust there's not a lot of turn so he can use his feet, but by blocking one of his main boundary options, it's made it a little bit more difficult for Conway to score. And both Williamson and Devon Conway, their strike rates are low, sitting in just around the 100 or just under. New Zealand, that little period from 7 to 10, only 24 runs. You'd want a little bit more than that. Williamson there, just shuffling across the stumps, trying to access a particular area of the ground. It says these two are trying to find areas where they can pick up twos, turn ones into twos. And at the moment, that's not quite happening. They got to a point where they will need to start finding the fence soon. They'll need to find boundaries. The ones aren't going to turn into twos, and there's not lots of twos there for them. They'll need to actually look to play the big shot. You get the sense the boundary riders come in at Hagley 10 metres because the boundaries are large, but because the outfield's so fast, if you can hit 10 metres either side of that boundary rider, you will get a boundary. And you get the sense both Conway and Williamson have been looking to play that hard sweep shot, hit the ball hard through the infield. That's where they get value for money. Right, so after this, New Zealand play again. That's against Bangladesh. So they play quite a few games in succession, actually, New Zealand. Then they play Pakistan again. That's on Tuesday. These are day games on Spark Sport. And then the final game, Pakistan against Bangladesh, before going into the Bangladesh Tri-Series final on Friday the 14th. Should be a good occasion on that day. And always hitting down the leg side. Rizwan behind the stumps was interested, but it's good they didn't review that. A lot of people being yelled at by the skipper, but no one's moving.
Catch it!
Shout to catch it. The placement's too good to catch that. Badly near the boundary for New Zealand. Yeah, that's the one you're talking about, that flat, hard sweep and good purchase off the outfield, kicks on. And the boundary rider was only 10 metres from it. Because Conway's hit it nice and flat, nice and hard, he gets full value for those shots. Hasn't hit it far enough. Has not hit it far enough as Conway. And he's gone now too. Hits a boundary. Looks to play another expensive shot on the onside. Does not hit it far enough. Well, in the end, it's selfless play from Conway. His wicket's in hand, and he was looking to find the boundary. The placement this time, not quite there. And it's a comfortable catch. So Pakistan, through persistent, consistent bowling, picked up their second wicket. That of Devon Conway. 77 for 2 New Zealand. Conway, he's gone for 36. Glenn Phillips batting at number 4 for New Zealand this evening. Look at the strike rate, 141, nearly 142. That is a very, very good strike rate, coupled with a very high average for this form of the game. He's a heck of a player. Tailor-made for the situation. 9 overs of batting available for him. He is a player who will improvise to try to find the gaps around the boundary and also clear the boundary. And while Williamson will want to improve his strike rate, I think he'll look to give Phillips as much as he can. Conway, he says, selfless, looking to get on with it. Struggling to find his timing out there. Played a couple of good shots and just didn't hit that one well enough. It was there to play. And you can see the minute he hit it, he knew he hadn't hit it far enough. Yeah, Pakistan, the previous baller, just dropped the fielders back at mid-wicket onto the circle, basically saying, take one, we're happy for you to just do that. Conway wasn't content, took the risk, didn't pay off. But that brings Glenn Phillips, who's an excitement machine, incredibly strong man, and a key player for New Zealand. Looking to again, won't get it. Just possibly just hitting those a little too far, Williamson. But I have no issues with Williamson over the next few overs, looking to feed the hitters. And the likes of Phillips, and then Chapman and Neesham, Bracewell, all hitters, just to go. And if two of them come off, you got a total. Yeah, Phillips won't want to take too long. So what you don't want is the two set batsmen getting out. So Phillips will take a ball or two, and then you'd expect him to look to accelerate that run rate. As you said, Rick, the guys coming in to do the same, while Williamson anchors the innings. Well, that's taking the fielder on. That was cheeky, because Point was quite close there as well. Hit it straight at him and just took off. He's probably one of the fastest men in world cricket between the wickets. So it's going to be an interesting, because Williamson is not the quickest, not the best runner, whereas Phillips is lightning fast. So he backed himself to get down to the bowler's end, hitting it straight at cover, and did it comfortably. Good over that for Pakistan. 82 for 2. Download the KFC 6 and Shout app. Get a chance to win free KFC. It's all self-explanatory once you're on the app. Pick where you think the sixes are going to get hit. Win yourself menu items. Projector's not looking great there. 10 runs and over from here, which won't be easy. 162. That's subpar. It's been effective bowling by the Pakistani spinners through the middle order. We talked about New Zealand having options to do the same today. It's unusual for New Zealand having three spinners, very different types of spin options. And see how effective it's been. They've been able to build pressure, as I said, drive the run rate down, and New Zealand having to play well if they want to get anywhere near 180. 12 and over is going to be difficult against this attack. He loves an opportunity to go square of the wicket. Phillips, that's his preferred option to the slow bowlers. They fractionally short of a length. He'll try to get back, and he'll get deep inside what's called the box, so the crease. You can see his back foot going back there. And he's a fast mover, but they are big boundaries here, the square ones. again, just finds the boundary fielder. Williamson's playing really nice one-day international cricket. In that he's in the middle of the innings, he's aware of where the gaps are, but of course if there's a gap in the infield, there's generally someone protecting that line in the outfield. It's good one-day international batting in the middle, and he knows he needs to start finding the boundaries. Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit concerned for New Zealand. If you looked at the recent ODI series in Australia, Williamson's strike rate was very low. I think it's been a little bit of a pattern that, you know, he's New Zealand, by far and away New Zealand's best player, but he's lacked a little bit of intent. And that strike rate's putting pressure on the other players. So I'd like to see him, you know, he's our best player, take it on, send the message to the opposition. I'm going to come out and I'm going to look to score positively and aggressively, rather than just look to drop anchor and put the pressure on the batsman around him. This one's more of a chase for deep square leg. He'll pick up two. They'll have to hurry. I know what really motivates Williamson is the art of batting in terms of what the strategy is in each situation. So his mind will be ticking over there. He'll be, during this challenge, he'll be thinking, okay, what do I need? What the game situation says that he needs right now is to start to hit the ball over the infielders' heads where the boundary is unprotected. At the moment, he's hitting the ball into the gaps in the infield where there are boundary riders in protection. Bowled him. He had a big swing at that and completely missed it. So the skipper's innings comes to an end. You can sense the frustration combined with the urgency, and that equaled big heave across the line.
Yeah, no real flow to the innings. Targeting the leg side for most of the innings, a little bit of turn. And again, it probably summed up Kane Williamson's night. A ball that offered an opportunity to score, but he didn't. Credit to Mohamed Nawaz, he's bowled beautifully. Now he's 2 for 22. And New Zealand, well, they're 88 for 3. Williamson, he's gone for 31.
Mark Chapman out in the middle now. Genuine opportunity for him. Very, very good player. Not a power hitter, but does place the ball around. Someone needs to find the middle of the bat. Someone needs to find the boundaries as well for New Zealand here. They are 20 runs shy of where they would like to be in the situation at least.
Yeah, New Zealand, a lot of work to do. 77 runs, 7 overs to go. They'll be looking for something around 80 runs. 2 new batsmen.
No, there's not much analysis needed here. This is a big heave from Kane Williamson.
It's not easy when you come out looking just to work the ball around for one, and all of a sudden you're trying to elevate your game for the big shots. I just feel that Williamson hasn't quite got that balance right. He's a good enough player to put a genuinely bad ball away, but he's really struggled to up the ante. I feel like the first 20 balls he's not really looking to score that boundary or take that risk. Good bowling from Pakistan. They've attacked the stumps, made it difficult for New Zealand to score.
They've offered very little width to the New Zealanders.
And the other thing they've done, they've had 5 men on the leg side, so they've kept that mid-wicket in play, which has made that single out to mid-wicket, which is often an out for a batsman. They've blocked that up.
Good ball, Shabash, steady. No ball nikala अच्छे से.
If these two don't get going, New Zealand to go on to a good totals. The power hitters become crucial here. That's Neesham. You don't want them sitting in that. If these two can't get things going, you don't want the likes of Neesham, Bracewell sitting in the hut for too long. You need to give them an opportunity.
Well, that's why New Zealand have found Pakistan so difficult, because it's never easy for a power hitter to come out and hit 150 Ks with a hint of reverse. So they're a difficult side to get at the back end of an innings, Pakistan. That's why they've been so good at this format for a long period of time.
Something a bit different, doesn't quite work. Just a single. 14 overs gone, 92 for 3. And he's a 6-hitter, as is Bracewell. So the power hitters for New Zealand to come, they will have to take on the pretty crafty Pakistan fast bowling unit as well from word go. Spinners have been fantastic. Oh, that's out of the screws. That's right out of the middle. That's an absolute ripper. Halfway up the bank. That is a long, long hit.
That's a terrific shot. Only his 5th ball mark, Chapman. Shadab Khan's, his spell's over, 4 overs 21. And the left-handed batsman, they tend to target the left-arm orthodox bowler. He's offered no width, but Chapman, beautiful use of the feet. 97 metres.
Gee, that was a big hit from Mark Chapman. Craig McMillan trying to have me on about saying he wasn't a power hitter. Very, very strange for Craig McMillan to praise someone from Auckland.
Yeah, I like it though. He's used his feet, then he's gone across the stumps the next ball. So he's asking questions of the bowler, instantly putting pressure on. And so Nawaz now has to think, where am I going to bowl? What line am I going to attack? Because he knows Chapman, who's an innovator and can reverse sweep, is going to put pressure on him.
You see Phillips is trying to attack the spinners off the back foot. And they're just keeping it so tight. It's just getting through. He's getting no leverage. So he's struggling to get going here, Phillips. That's 100 for New Zealand. It's taken quite some time. Oh, wow, wait. I don't think he timed that. I think Craig McMillan may be right. This guy has some power.
Well, I don't think it's the easterly rig because it hasn't really picked up. Again, look, he's gone the other way this way. Outside leg, forcing the bowler to drag it down. And I don't think he's got all of it. But 88 metres is just enough.
One of the first really poor deliveries, though, wasn't it? That was just a genuine long hop.
Nawaz is starting to guess. So they've moved. What Chapman's done now is move the man out of mid-wicket and brought him over to the offside. So he's opened up a single for himself. But also there's big gaps through that leg side now if he wants to hit the ball hard along the ground.
All of a sudden, a little momentum shift as well. So Noah's under pressure with 2 to go. It's got him into the onside again. Flatter this time and 1 bounce. That nearly went for 6 as well. Chapman's finding something that the others didn't.
Oh, it's brilliant batting, isn't it? And that's the beauty of T20 cricket. 1 over can change the whole momentum of a game. And for New Zealand, it's Mark Chapman doing the damage. It's outstanding batting.
You see what a little bit of pressure does. Those were 2 pretty poor deliveries. Just too short. 1 to go. Big over for New Zealand. Oh, it's another shocker. You got to hit that for 6. Surely you hit that. No, just for 4. Wow. What an over for New Zealand. So badly needed. And it's Chapman who's provided it. He's 23 from 9. 114 for 3. Go see 6 and shout. I hope you got on the app and I hope you picked the zone, which is over wide long on. You did? You're in for some KFC freebies.
.22 off the last over. Look at that spike. That New Zealand over's much needed. Now it gives New Zealand the chance to get that total, that par total of 170 plus they will need on this very good Hagley Oval surface. Harris Ralph coming back into the attack. Just the 2 overs, just gone for 12. He has to break this partnership now. Chapman 23 from 9. Waka Eunice. It's a nice wee cameo that New Zealand needed.
Well, apart from the last over, Pakistani bowlers have done extremely well. It's just that momentum started shifting toward New Zealand, and Babar had been forced to bring his faster bowler. Harris comes in.
He needs to break this partnership, doesn't he? It's a dangerous one now. Look at the running, 2 quick runners as well. They're going to put the fielders under pressure. Partnership's now 28 off 13, so New Zealand now have some momentum.
I think it's also time for Phillips to get going. He's faced 9 deliveries. He's only on 8. A little bit of worry for Babar Azam. Last 13 deliveries gone for 28.
And we shake of the head from Babar Azam. It's nicely bowled. Just a single. Oh, this tri-series being played in the beautiful city of Christchurch. It's out New Brighton Way, New Brighton Beach, and the pier there. Great spot to go on a warm day. Kids want to have a swim. Some hot pools that have been built post-earthquake as well. Really is a terrific spot to go. Picturesque views. That's pulled away again. Timing's good from Chapman. Most of the New Zealand batters, Waka, really struggled for any sense of timing on the surface, but not Mark Chapman. And again, he's playing tonight because Daryl Mitchell's been injured. So it's an opportunity for him to grab with both hands and say, I want to be part of this playing 11.
It's all about taking risk at times, and he has taken a risk, and it's paying off really well. Came down the pitch a couple of times, hit those big sixes, and suddenly you start feeling that New Zealand in control now. Good partnership building up.
Face off. They'll look for 2 here. Look how quick they are. Down and up goes Chapman. They do it comfortably. And look, all of a sudden there's a bit of shouting going on. Bit of remonstrating going on too. Mohammad Rizwan's not happy with his fielders.
Well, the problem Pakistani captain and the fielders facing is because it's a big outfield, If they stay back, sit back, and easy twos and easy threes even at times. So if they come in, they go for a big shot. So smart batting from New Zealand.
It's in the air, finds the gap, and this quick outfield, that will run away for 4. It wasn't exactly where Phillips wanted it to go, but he got the result and picks up a boundary.
Well, he hits it so hard and he's got really quick hands. I think he wanted to hit more toward cover. Ball came a touch, maybe slow. Hit it really hard.
This surface is quickened up a touch, Waka, under lights. It's got that sheen on it now, so the ball's kissing. You can see it's gathering pace.
So that means that New Zealand will be requiring a few extra runs. They're behind, I feel. Still, they need to get those big overs in now.
Sure. Oh, that's hammered. Protection there, though. Good piece of fielding by Shan Masood. He's off the boundary. Keeps it to 1. 11 from that over. 16 bowl. 125 for 3. Projected scores, New Zealand will want something over that 165. They need to go at 10 and over for the last 4 overs to get there. Par score on this ground is generally around that 170 mark, Waka, so New Zealand will have to find a way to go big in these last 4 overs. Mohamed Wasim, 1 for 12 from his 2 overs. About to start his 3rd. Three fielders back on the leg side for Glenn Phillips. Nice piece of timing. Should be just 1.
Mohamed Wasim was superb last night against Bangladesh, especially coming backhand. He bowled those beautiful Yorkers. He's got good pace, good variations. Can he do that again for Pakistan? Pakistan do need those Yorkers in.
Also the advantage at the moment of having a left and right hand combination, just making it a little bit more difficult for the bowlers in terms of their lines. New Zealand run rate up to 7.79. Nicely bowled. It's been interesting watching the Pakistan bowling effort tonight and the lengths that are bowled at the New Zealand batters. Generally it's been that very good length, 52% in that 8 to 6 metre length that's worked nicely on this surface, and then they mix it up with short balls as well, Waka.
Even the 42%, most of the deliveries are more closer to that good length area. So bowling has been superb, especially when they came with the new ball. They dried the boundaries, which was key in the beginning.
Oh, that swung away. Oh, Rizwan, well done. Outstanding from the Pakistan wicketkeeper. Look where he's grabbed that. He had 30 metres to run to get that throw and save the blushes of the fielder at cover point.
Yeah, wonderful work from Mohammad Rizwan. You will always see him sort of diving around, throwing himself, saving every run. T20 cricket is all about saving singles and twos because they will come handy at the end.
Well, he saved 1 run there, and that could be crucial at the end. Oh, that's going to be okay because Chapman's moved across the stumps. Good decision from the umpire. Even though it was outside leg, we quite often see those sorts of deliveries widened, but there was nothing wrong with this delivery.
Yeah, that was very, very close to the leg stump. Very good umpiring. you normally see anything goes down the leg side, the arms come out, white ball call. But that's a smart umpiring.
That's nicely bowled. Again, just another single. Good over this from Mohammad Wasim. Up to 140k. Getting that ball nice and forward under the bat, so there's no elevation in the shot. Now New Zealand under pressure with just 4 singles from this over.
It's very difficult to hit him when he gets it right, because he's got that slingy action and hard to pick a delivery at times. And when he bowls those Yorkers, unless or until you move away from the stumps and try to play him square to the wicket, it's very hard to hit him straight.
Third's come up inside the circle. Long off's gone back. I wonder if he'll try and reverse scoop this. Oh, beautifully bowled. That is a quality over. No overthrow. Good finish by Mohammad Wasim. 130 for 3, New Zealand. One not out. He's got an important job to do here. 10 balls left in this innings. Oh, that's close, really close, and out. Bang, bang for Pakistan. Finger goes up. Michael Bracewell is going to review it and go upstairs. This will be interesting.
TV umpire and director, we have a player review for WW. On-field decision is out. Check front foot, sphere delivery, front arm please. Thank you. Close to the back and check Ultreach next, please.
Starting to walk off.
Flat line, clear gap on the left-hand frame, going through. Clearly no bat involved. Ball tracking, please. Ball tracking, Sean, pitching outside off, impact in line, wicket setting. You'll be staying with your original out decision. Stand by.
3 reds, good decision. Finger goes up again. And Michael Bracewell's innings was short and sweet. He's gone for a golden duck. Gone for 0. New Zealand 137 for 6. Ishodi comes in. He's facing a hat-trick delivery here from Harris Ralph, who's right on the money. Going to have a deal with something full and straight. Nicely played. Good running too. This is quality from Ralph. This is why he's bowling at this stage of the innings.
Well, he's getting better and better with the time. Harris Ralph understands his game, understands his bowling really well, uses his variation beautifully. This was a beautiful delivery, quick, nice and straight. Doesn't matter what sort of strike rate you have, that's a bad option against Harris Ralph.
Yeah, it's a poor option for Michael Bracewell. He's a power hitter. He's got to give himself a chance and look to play to his strengths, and that's not. Still had 10 balls left in the innings that he could have done some damage with. There we go, swung away by Chapman. That will run away for 4. Just lost his line of touch to the left-hander, and Chapman was good enough to find the gap.
I don't think he meant to hit it there. Got the inner part of the bat, and the ball raced away. It was a slow delivery once again. He wanted to go over square. Because this outfield is quick, fielder had no chance of stopping that. Painful for Harris Rao, who bowled really, really well, picked up 2 wickets in this over so far. Last ball of the 19th.
Well, it's in the air. It's in the air. Might be in the gap. No, it's not. Mohammed Wazin comes around, takes the catch. Quality piece of bowling. 3 wickets in the over by Harris Ralph. Just what Pakistan needed. Good catch. And now Chapman's making his way back.
New Zealand from a very good position gone into a struggling position. That's the 3rd wicket for Harris Ralph in this over. And Mohammed Wasim, a safe pair of hands, a wicket taker. Harris Ralph picked up his 3rd wicket of this over. Mark Chapman gone for 32. Played really well. It's 142 for 7.
Pakistan into the New Zealand bowlers. Tim Southey out in the middle. Just the one over left. 6 deliveries for New Zealand. Try and find some runs. It's going to be some quality fast Yorkers bowled here by Mohammad Wasim. His execution has been bang on. One of the best going around in his day was Waqar Yunus, and even he's sitting here impressed with what he's seen here from Pakistan tonight.
Yeah, death bowling is being superb from Pakistani, these two bowlers, Mohammad Wasim and Haris Rauf. Mohammad Wasim very young at this level, but gets it really full and bowl those Yorkers beautifully. He's bowling his 4th over. He's only given 17 runs, picked up a wicket.
Looked away by Tim Southey. Been so disciplined in the whole bowling performance, Waqar. And I have to say that at this stage, this could be the first time in 35 games that Pakistan have not conceded a wide or a no ball.
That's a proper stat. Well done, Pakistan.
Oh, there's only 4 balls left, so let's not go too early, but it just shows how disciplined it's been. Knocked him over. It's an inside edge, and Mohammad Wasim has got what he deserves. He picks up his 2nd, and it's all Pakistan here in Christchurch.
Wickets are dropping left, right and centre. Another wonderful delivery, a little bit wide outside the off stump. He knew the batsman was going to come hard at it. A little change of pace, a little slower on that occasion, and dragging it on to the middle stump. Scoreboard is not moving for New Zealand, so they're gone now in the final over. He's gone for 2. It's 144 for it.
Trent Boult back in at number 10. Nicely played. He's a good timer of the ball, is Trent Boult. Not always that orthodox. New Zealand need boundaries. Just the 2 deliveries left, struggling to get to 150 now. We talked earlier about that pass score of 165 to 170, Waqar. New Zealand are going to come up a little bit short here.
And I think Pakistani batsmen, they'll be very happy because the pitch is getting better and better to bat on. It's just a new ball they have to handle well, and I think they should be able to get this, but it's T20 cricket, you never know.
Oh, swing and a miss from Tim Southey to leg by called. It's just been quality all round from Pakistan. What makes them one of those dangerous T20 sides that if their bowlers step up and have a good night, always under pressure from a batting point of view.
Well, take out one poor over from Nawaz, where he went for 22 and then few lapses in the field, and I think Pakistan have done really, really well throughout the evening.
Final delivery, quality Yorker. Can't pick it up. New Zealand scramble through for a single, and they finish 147 for 8 from their 20 overs. Terrific effort from Pakistan. Their fast bowlers have done a job. Their spinners have done exactly what the skipper wanted. You can see him applauding everyone as he runs off the field to get the pads on. But it's been Pakistan's first half of this match, and there's some work for New Zealand to do.
Yeah, New Zealand winning the toss and electing to bat first, and they did not bat well. They struggled throughout the day. Pakistani bowlers were just spot on. Very well done by Babar. He captained the team really well. He maneuvered his bowler quite nicely, and they responded. It's all about getting your plans right and executing your plans right, and they did it beautifully.
Yeah, they've done a terrific job. New Zealand under pressure. Right, let's go downstairs for a Powerade interview with Kimberly Downs.
Mark Chapman with me here. Mark, there was one over there where you were making batting look so easy, and that was about it. What was so hard out there for this team?
Oh, I think, credit where credit's due. I think the Pakistani seamers bowled really nicely, along with Shadab through the middle especially. So I guess it was just a match up there and, just trying to be positive and, we had wickets in the bank. So, yeah, just go for it.
Total of 147. Can you defend it now?
I mean, obviously, you probably would like a few more. But, we've got a strong bowling lineup and we back our guys to do the job.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, he played nicely to Mark Chapman tonight. And that's the New Zealand batting card. And a lot of starts. Conway 36, Williamson 31. Mark Chapman was probably the star with 32 from 16, played nicely, but apart from that, not much. And 147 from 8 is under par here at Hagley Oval. Pakistan bowling was outstanding. 6 bowlers used, 3 for 28 from Harris Ralph. That was pretty good. Hain 1 for 22. Mohammad Wasim with his Yorkers at the death was superb, 2 for 20. And also Mohammad Nawaz, who had 1 expensive over, 2 for 44. But all in all, it was a very clinical and professional effort with the ball. So the target for Pakistan is 148 runs from their 20 overs. The required rate is 7.4. We'll take a quick break here at Hagley Oval. When we come back, we'll have much more.
Why should your airtime or data expire? Aibo, who's the one that decides when data goes off? Why must you wake up at 12 a.m. to get it cheap? You're not a night owl. And paying more because you're out of bundle? Hey, it just doesn't make sense. Introducing Capitec Connect. Get data and minutes at a low prepaid price with flat rates and no expiry. We simplified banking. Now we're simplifying how we connect. Capitec. Hi. Hello. I'm Mr. Malapo. Mr. Malapo. Mr. Malapo. Quality assurance.